What's going on, everybody? We got fear, lots and lots of fear in the market. Lots and lots of fear. Hold on, let me pull something up here. Yeah. So I'm the first for some alpha. Yeah. What's going on? Yeah, I probably look different right now. This is like the first time in like 2 or 3 months that I've not used my glasses. I got my contact lens on and so on. And I got a haircut today too. So I'm still the same person though. I don't know about if anybody has a 3-day weekend here in the US. Some people do, some people don't because of Columbus Day. I guess it's hit or miss with people who are off and people who are not off of work tomorrow. Obviously my daughter doesn't have school tomorrow. Speaking of my daughter, so I didn't do my beer and my beer and Kaspa live stream yesterday, but I figured, okay, I'll do something similar today for the 3-day weekend. But we were at the supermarket and she found this, and I was like, well, she thought it was a juice, and it was like right next to the checkout counter, and we thought it was a juice, and it turned out to be alcohol. So I was like, okay, that's not for you, but I want to get it. So see how it is. So I guess it goes along. Beer and Casper, I guess Martinis and Kaspa, if we want a really luxurious. We're in a really luxurious yacht. I guess we're gonna have some martinis too, so not just beer. Martinis are kind of cool. I don't drink too much, right? Usually I have my beer and Caspa video, live stream. I'm drinking organic pineapple juice. So that's kind of. But I did open one of those twisted teas 2 nights ago when we had that flash crash. So, but yeah, we're gonna be in one of these sipping martinis one day. What's going on? What's going on? All right, so let me taste this. See how this is. So, oh, it's okay. Yeah, it's good. It's good. I was like, I have me a glass of water here in case it doesn't, in case not that good. But yeah, it's all right. Yeah. Okay, cool. So Martinis and Kaspa for anybody who's on a 3-day weekend. I think for me, the days come together. I'm like 7 days a week, especially now. Constantly doing all this crypto stuff. So yeah. But yeah, about the crash, the flash crash and all this stuff, I've been finding a lot of information. Fuck your crypto portfolio, right? All right, yeah. Do I not have it here? Yeah, maybe it's this one, right? Yeah, I've been finding, I can't really confirm that this is actually true, that over 2,000 people committed suicide because of the crash. But I mean, I think it is true that there was this Ukrainian influencer who lost like 65 million in crypto, and like 30 million of it was like his client. So I guess half is his and half was, that's something that he managed for somebody else or something. And he committed suicide supposedly, which is kind of crazy. But I don't know if you have that ability to gain tens of millions and $65 million worth of crypto. Do you really, you just lose it all? Do you really need to commit suicide? I mean, you gotta be really skilled at what you do, so you can eventually make it all back. So I don't know, unless it's kind of shady, unless the half of that he managed for somebody else had him suicided. But when it comes to other people committing suicide, I mean, I'm sure there's others. I don't know if it's like 2,000. Like I've seen these memes or these images being passed around and so on. Over 2,000 plus crypto traders committed suicide after the market crashed yesterday. But here's the truth: money comes and goes, your life doesn't. So don't let numbers on the screen define your worth. Take a break, breathe, reset. Which is true. I guess when I went live on Friday night, I guess I was too light on the matter for me. I mean, like I've been in crypto, when I see really red days, I think I think it's awesome. Just I think red days are just as awesome as green days. But yeah, I mean, there are other people that really were really hit hard. If you're just a spot trader, you should be fine, and maybe you're crying because you haven't been in crypto for a long time. But I'm sure the people who trade on leverage are were the ones that really felt it. Um, I saw Casper during the crash. Unfortunately, it stalled out in the midst of it. It was at 3 cents, but finally got it at 5.3, better than nothing. Yeah, which is true. Yeah, so since in the last couple of days, I have been talking to people saying that a lot of their limit orders didn't trigger. I was saying, I had been thinking, like, damn, I wish I had a whole bunch of limit orders set, and like a few $1,000s worth of limit orders so I can just buy up everything. But I think what was going on initially, the limit orders were triggering and then they stopped triggering. So some people were telling me that they had limit orders that triggered and then others didn't. Like mine did. I found I've been researching a potential new narrative that's going to take off. And on Friday, like just like 2 hours before that crash, I sent a buy alert out and I said I placed a limit order at 10% below current price. I was like, in my alert, I was saying that I'm sure it's not gonna trigger today, but I just wanted to just throw it out there and just reassess maybe tonight or something like that. And then like a couple hours later, crash, that order is triggered. So I was like, that was a nice surprise. I wish I had put down more. I think I forgot what I put. I think maybe it was just like $100 or something on that coin, but I don't know. What's going on, Blazer? Yeah, what's going on? Interesting times. Yeah. Um, I mean, sad times for anybody who took it to the extremes when it comes to something like this. But it is what it is, and we're going back up. I just pulled up total crypto market cap and look at this right now. It's already gone up. I mean, hold on. So I don't know from here if it makes sense to even do this, but yeah, it's just been up dramatically. But yeah, I mean, we have some green candles right now. These are daily candles here. So yesterday and then now, we're shooting up again. We're going up. What is it? 3.6 trillion up to 3.8. So we're shooting up. And what I'm thinking is going to happen right now is that we're gonna go up, and I would. This is hypothetical. I mean, I don't know. I'm just thinking about what's going to happen next, like this week. I would imagine that in the beginning of this coming week, we're gonna get a lot of bad news. How Trump is talking tough on the tariffs and all this stuff like that. And the market, as we see, it's already starting to go up. It's going to be going up. So there's going to be tough talk on tariffs, and people are going to open a lot of short positions. And people are going to think, okay, because of this tough talk on tariffs, the market's going to go back down. And they're going to open short positions. And then suddenly everything is going to be wonderful again, and Trump is going to be meeting with President Xi of China, and then they're going to make a deal. And then things are going to skyrocket, and it's going to be like it's going to be another short squeeze again. Other people are going to get liquidated in the opposite direction. So I mean, that's just my thought. So it could happen again in the opposite way. You got 5,000 cash, Kaspa at 0. You got a 1 cent, 1.7 cents. That I can imagine that significantly helps your average. Man, that would have been awesome. Yeah. Let's go to 15,000 Kaspa at the low. I did buy an extra $100 on Kraken. I was placing a whole bunch of orders, and they failed. But yeah, I was placing a bunch of orders on different things like Tau and stuff like that, and I got a few. But it was like 5 cents for Kaspa. I couldn't get it in at that 2, 3, 4 cent level. Yeah, Trump will crash the market once again. Yeah, but I think it's the opposite way. I think it's gonna be tough talk in the beginning of the week, and then it's gonna be wonderful by the end of the week or something. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if there's a need. I don't know if there's like a need to crash the market once again. They'll liquidate the short sellers, and things are gonna moon. I hope so. Finally see things. I hope to finally see some God candles this year and see things just really pumping like crazy. Yeah, exchanges happen, technical issues. Yeah. Yeah, technical. What is this not? Okay, cool. Yeah. I was just about to log, I was trading on Kraken. I was just about to log in to Uphold, and one of my members said that Uphold is not working either. And I was like, whatever. One thing is interesting. I use one key like 10, 20, 30 times a day. And somebody in my group said that there's limit orders on one key. And I was like, I didn't know that. Apparently I had a really old version of the app on my main phone, and I upgraded and I saw it. And I have other phones. I mean, you should too if you do some serious trading. So, but yeah, I had even an older version of the one key app on one of my other phones. And even though it was an older version, it still had the ability to set limit orders. So it must have been really old on my main phone, that the app. But yeah, you should have multiple phones, multiple one keys, multiple hardware devices for the same wallet. You don't want to get into a situation where things are like pumping like crazy, and you're finally gonna make it big time, and then your phone dies, and you have no way to cash out, no way to connect to your one key. So you gotta pull out that other phone, and you gotta make sure that other phone has the same wallets that you have on your main phone, and so on. Things like that. And also works the same way. You gotta have, like, if you have your one key wallets, you gotta have at least 2 one key hardware wallets, hardware devices connected to the same single wallet, right? Because if one of these things breaks, right, you have another hardware device that's connected to the same wallet, right? These are all things that I talk about in my getting started course, in my WAP community. Well, in my WAP store, whatever you call it, and then the Discord community is there too. But so click the link in that description below. This is my first bull run, and so far it sucks. Yeah, I have a hard time deciding when to take profits. Yeah, I mean, this is one hell of a different bull run. It's like I keep saying that this is not going to end anytime soon. And I'm still seeing a lot of these YouTubers talk about the cycle is ending like next month or something like that, or they even suggest that the cycle has already ended and this is the bear market beginning because the Bitcoin top was just made like last week. I just think they're kind of crazy. But this cycle is very, very different from the past. When it comes to taking profits, I mean, I get surprised with the amount of people in my group that say that they've never experienced another group where they learn how to take profits and learn how to cash out and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, that's another more added value with in my community. I'm constantly swing trading. I'm constantly taking profits on every pump and every dump. If it happens, once a week, that's what I'm doing. So, different things pump at different times. Like we saw these last 2 days when the entire market was red, we still had some of our coins were actually pumping, actually staying strong. So I was like, damn, we got some good picks in there. It would be like you look up, you pull up crypto bubbles, and like there's 100 bubbles on every single page, and there's like only like 4 green bubbles, and every other one is red. and 2 or 3 of those green bubbles are our tokens. So I'm like, damn, we got some pretty damn good picks. So yeah. Oh, yeah. Casper price prediction bull case. Yeah, I mean, I don't have too much hopes for Casper in the next couple months, even if we do have a really good run up. I think that's coming next year and the year beyond. It's like I'm saying, this cycle is not ending anytime soon, but you know, I guess I don't know. Extreme bullish case this year, I would say 50 cents maximum. Probably less than that, but we'll see. Has anybody experienced the same lack of enthusiasm about the layer 2s as me? I'm like, at this point, I still haven't even bothered to figure out how to. Now, I've tried to figure. I was trying to use. I was trying to bridge using Casplex on and using Casware and then bridging over to MetaMask, and then I realized that it was taking me like 15 minutes between each bridge, and I was like, this is ridiculously slow. And then, of course, the obvious solution is to use Casper Bot and then use Dispense, but I haven't even gotten the enthusiasm to even try that. And it's been a week since I tried the other. I think this is Casper didn't do anything with that. With the smart contracts release. I don't know. I think we need smart contracts we need layer 1 smart contracts, and we need we need some Coinbase and Binance listings, right? But other than that, I don't know. Will Casper go above its value tomorrow? What would be prediction? What do you mean by tomorrow? What predictions on the Casper value? I don't know. I'm not sure what you mean by go above its value. It means like, will it go above current price? Maybe it will. When do you think we'll have a true all season parabolic run? I mean, we could have it like in the next. I mean, we'll have it like in the next couple months, next few weeks. I mean, we did have one of those last year, 1 year ago. The Trump pump. It was good. That run up was nicknamed the Trump pump, and we had an all season, and we had parabolic runs on a lot of tokens, a lot of coins. We just didn't have it with Casper. And to be fair, we didn't have it with Toshi either. And that was like the same thing was going on. I explained that in a couple of my other videos that people were flooding Toshi, that were getting out of Toshi, that were selling. They were like, Toshi's not going anywhere. Because if you look at the chart, I don't know, should I pull it up right now? What's the deck screen there? If you look at the chart, it looked really pretty bad. It looked like a dying. Am I frozen now? It looked like a dying token, and people were selling Toshi. And while everything was pumping during the Trump pump, during that run up, Toshi didn't do pretty good at all. Didn't do good at all. I mean, Casper does the same thing last run up. It didn't make all-time highs. It did it in like July. Casper went to 20 cents, but it didn't do any. It didn't do that in the Trump pump. This is the example that I give, that Toshi. Yeah, so this is Toshi right here. So it had its all-time high over here in April last year, and it kept going down, right? And suddenly we get to the Trump pump when everything is mooning, right? And everybody's excited and celebrating, and Toshi didn't really do much. I think people are like, oh, Toshi's not going anywhere. Suddenly the run up ends in like the beginning of January, and then it gets listed on Coinbase. And now it's like everybody loves Toshi, and it's just a trend upward. Everybody loves Toshi. So I mean, that happens a lot with a lot of good projects. Some good projects, people get exhausted and they get they get the life just sucked out of them, and you reach a bottom in terms of the psychological levels. And that's where we are with Casper right now too, right? So that's why I don't recommend selling. I mean, do what you want. This is not financial advice. I'll punch you in the balls if you think this is financial advice. But yeah, you can do what you want. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think for me, I think I'm good. I'm gonna make my money with all the other tokens I got, so I'm good. Because if something happens when Casper gets listed suddenly in 3 weeks, it gets listed on Coinbase and Binance and Crypto.com, and and suddenly it goes to like $5. I mean, I want to have my bags. Yeah, I don't want to say I sold it for something else. We will still get 40 to 80 cents cash by end of year. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how things go. The biggest problem that we have right now is that these institutions are applying for new ETFs, and the applications are getting delayed because of the government shutdown. So we're not going to be overwhelmed with inflows from ETFs if they're not all coming with the current, ETF. So there's ETFs that are scheduled starting, I guess, third week of October, so just a couple weeks, related to XRP, and then there's more in November. And the red tape has been removed from the creation of ETFs, so they take a much shorter period of time. But the new ones are not going to be created, and they're going to be delayed just because of the government shutdown. So maybe not. They're not. We're going to see less and less ETFs in like December, and maybe we're going to see them pushed out to Q1 of next year and things like that. So it's hard to say. What we need is a whole bunch of ETFs clumped together in one shot to drive the prices up of those particular products or those particular projects that that the ETFs are pushing, whether it be Solana, Dogecoin, HBAR, XRP, and so on. And that needs to create the buzz in the news, and people got to start talking about it. Then retail just comes into crypto. But if we're separating them, that's not necessarily good news, right? We have a clump, let's say, of 50 ETFs, and we take out like 30 of them and push them down the road. That's my concern. I haven't actually heard anybody describe it in that way. I mean, that's just my thought on the fly right now, but I think that it makes sense. Yo, Craig, what's going on? Yeah. So running through everything, I mean, I had some stuff pulled up. BlackRock bought 45,000 Bitcoin worth $5 billion at an average price of 105,000 during the flash crash. Yeah. Yeah, they're doing pretty good. They're expecting Bitcoin to go up. I sincerely doubt that they think that Bitcoin reached its top last week, and we're entering a 3-year bear market right now. That's kind of crazy. Reddit user loses 6 years of Bitcoin savings overnight after trying just one leverage trade. Crazy, right? Yeah, this I got too many tabs open. Please don't tell me I'm frozen. Click. Okay, no. So yeah, this is all my savings. 6 years of dollar cost averaging just got liquidated last night. I was one of the people who never tried to time the market. Was telling other people to stay away from leverage. Just DCA. Yet here I am. Maybe this sad story will contribute to the community. Yeah, it's kind of nuts. And poor guy, man. He's never tried leverage trading and just wiped out 6 years of hodling. That's crazy, man. I don't know. I think trading on longs is dangerous. I think is shorts are less dangerous, but it all depends on how much leverage you're using too. But you gotta be a nut if you're gambling away your entire portfolio. Because it's a gamble.
And I'll say, no, it isn't. We have to keep winning. We have to win more. We're going to win more. We're going to win so much, you may even get tired of winning. And you'll say, please, please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore. Mr. President, it's too much. And I'll say, no, it isn't. We have to keep winning. We have to win.
Yeah, we're gonna keep winning. I think this is just this is normal. Now granted, this is probably like the biggest. I mean, I guess it was the biggest, right? The biggest crash that crypto ever had, supposedly, right? Like I was like, I've never seen anything like it. It was like a 5-minute candle, and everything dropped down to like bear market levels. You know, talking about things dropping like 50%, 70%, 80%, and so on. I think some drop like an H bar or something like that. A few of them drop like 90% and so on. Usually that happens over like 6 months, right? It doesn't happen in 5 minutes. So it's kind of nuts. Yeah, we talked about this. Rumor alert. Reports are circulating online claiming that President Trump may propose a 0% tax on cryptocurrencies created in the US. I don't know if this is old news. I think I've heard of this before though, like months ago. My picks have done very well all over, way up in XRP, Solana, Litecoin, ETH, and Bitcoin. Now loading cash is my top focus. Yeah, that's yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I think we're all gonna do good. We're gonna be winning. I think everybody's just everybody's very, very scared. And they shouldn't be. I mean, as long as you do things the right way. I mean, it's kind of crazy. Like, so many comments I get in my community saying that other communities they don't sell, they don't teach you how to sell, and stuff like that. And yeah, it's nuts. Yeah, we've had so many gains. Just like look at this disco. Was it 1.3 million right now? Hold on, let me pull up a calculator. There we go. So what do? We did 1.3. So what was that 1.4 million almost, right? And the lowest buy for some of my members was 80K, right? So 17.5x. And this thing is like, hold on, this is like, for some reason, Disco just completely ignored this. Matt Fury character is a new one, right? It came out a couple weeks ago. It completely ignored the crash. I mean, it's just like the crash didn't happen at all. It's nuts. So we've been pumping with that one. Origin Trail is another one of my picks. I sold where was it? This is 24 hours, right? I think I sold back here or a couple of days beforehand or something. And I was like, okay, I'm up pretty good with the Origin Trail. And I sold 50% of my bag, and then this happened, and then I bought back in. So now it's up again, like almost instantly. So it was like a brief hiccup with that crash. Didn't go down too much, and then just back up again. Origin Trail. So like I'm saying, we looked at crypto bubbles, and there's 100 bubbles, and like 95, 96 of them all red, and maybe just a few of them are green, and the green ones are our tokens. I don't know how we're doing it, but we're doing something right. This one is one that we didn't get. Now this is crazy. Yeah, I had this on my list, and I'd launch, and I was going to look back into it, and we missed it. But this one just it had an amazing pump just like a couple hours ago, and it wasn't sustained at all because this is like dropping back down. Kind of crazy. There's another one we got. This is another one that completely ignored the crash. It just kept on pumping. So let's go to 7-day, right? It's just like, so the 10th, right? Yeah, so the 10th was right around here when the crash happened. It went down to 9th the day before a little bit, and then it's just like completely ignored the crash. And I took my profits with this, right? Take profits. Yeah, you got to learn to take profits. You can't just hold and then think it's going to wait to try to catch it in the top, the top of the cycle or something like that, because then you get yourself wrecked. But yeah, I mean, it's the same thing. Like we got in, look at these pumps. We got in all the way back here. So this is like,
oh my gosh, oh my God.
Exactly. For those of you who know my community and so on, I have please more. Yeah, we're gonna be winning though. Yeah, we're gonna be winning pretty good. For those of you who know about my track record and so on, and about all the coins that we get, all the good plays, you go all the software that scans thousands and thousands of coins every day, and everything about them, everything connected to them, and their profiles and everything they got going on. We just keep finding almost every single goddamn coin that can and will pump. I have had a bounty open for about a year now, saying that if anybody finds a community that they can show me that has the same tech that I do and the same track record with a number of excellent plays, like we just did a 550x on MYX, things like that. We're like, the goal is to get every single goddamn coin that can and will pump. We keep getting better and better at it. But I've had a bounty open that I'm going to offer the first person who finds me a community that is better than mine, $500. And you can contact me, just follow me on X, and we'll DM each other, and you send me the community, I'll join it. And if it's true, if they got what I got, you get $500. I'm going to upgrade that bounty to $1,000. So if you want to make a quick $1,000, show me a community that has better stuff and a better track record than mine. This is my profile here on X. Just follow me, send me a message. I'll follow you back so we can DM each other and so on. There's my Mr. Beast video. It's a music video if you want to check it out. So upgrade to $1,000. And like I'm saying, I think that at this point, like this is the last run up. This is most of them. It's a list. I still have to build out this list because obviously MYX would be like the top right now. And we got multiple other 100Xs in there as well as over the last literally like 4 months, right? It's just nuts. The amount of good calls we've been making. So anyway, click that link in the description below if you want to join. If you want to join the greatest community ever. And I was going to raise this price, right? These prices this morning, but because I didn't have this live stream last night, I didn't do it. So I'm going to raise it tomorrow. And because people accuse me of copying Crypto Archie, I am going to copy Crypto Archie. This community is very soon going to be worth $200 a month. So get in while you can. I'm raising that price tomorrow. I might keep the the yearly and the lifetime, as is right now, so you can get that discount. But you don't have too much longer. I mean, literally, we're talking about other communities call like something once a month, right? And sometimes we get so overwhelmed with so many calls or so many findings because we have highly advanced bots, different bots that have different algorithms. If one doesn't catch a good coin, another one will. And sometimes we have multiple calls in a single week. And then when we get into a pump, like if this right now is sustained and is still pumping tomorrow, we're going to be hitting a whole bunch of new all-time high alerts, right? Because we not only do we find those tokens, we have bots to do that. We have another channel that sends us alerts letting us know that our tokens are hitting all-time highs, or they're coming near all-time highs. And then maybe it's a good time to take profits. So we get alerted just from that. So you don't have like 20 or 30 coins or whatever, and then you forget to check one day when it's shooting up to the moon. And you're like, damn, I could have taken profits. No, because we know all that. We know what's going on because all the software and all the tech in my community has all that. So $1,000 to anybody you can find a community that at least can match mine in terms of the tech, everything provided. We have swing trading software. We build our bags. Things like that. We know exactly when our tokens are getting new centralized exchanges. When the exact centralized exchange, the timestamp, so it's not like tedious, like going to seeing a blob of like a list of things on CoinMarketCap. We have their timestamps and so on, which particular centralized exchange was added, and things like that. Those alerts and all that type of good stuff. So $1,000. I think at this point, there's reason enough to be confident that you're more than likely you're not going to find that type of community. But if you can, it's going to be the easiest $1,000 you make. Because you send me the community, I'll join it and I'll verify it. So anybody? Everybody's silent. Cheers. Oh yeah, click that like button. I'm not gonna play that video that you guys, are familiar with. I'm not gonna play that video about being friendly and giving that like button a pound and so on. Because usually I leave you guys with a video at the end of my live streams. A video that I might have made in the past, one of those highly advanced, highly edited videos and so on. So when I do end this live stream today, I'm going to leave you with that video that actually had that clip of me saying that. And the reason why I said, speaking of being friendly, was because it's a video about SEO. And I was talking about, I guess, mobile ready websites that are friendly from, being friendly from, for mobile usage, whatever the term was. But so, yeah, it was a video about SEO. And then suddenly it was like, speaking of being friendly. So yeah, I'll leave you with that one. But either way, click that like button. We need more likes. We have other people watching. So yeah, I don't think we have enough likes yet, and click that subscribe button. But all right, what else we got going on? Yeah, when she finds out that you own Bitcoin. Yeah. Yeah, hell yeah. So, oh yeah, my yachts. These are this is the yachts we're looking for. So with all those plays that I was talking about, with things like this and doing all these multipliers, I mean, you think about it, this is on this chart, this is the biggest call from the insider alert. This is one of the bots. Obviously, MYX beats that hands down right now because it will be 550x. But I mean, let's say Farcoin does a 10x off of its all-time high. I mean, it'd be like it's an 886x that we would have done in the long run with Farcoin. Now with MYX, I would imagine that the all-time high that it just achieved at the beginning of September is going to be doubled. So that 550x is going to be 1000x, and if it does that next month, that's a 6-month time frame, because we did the 550x in 4 months, because MYX was called in May. You want to see the Trump winning video? I've already closed that tab out long ago. Even if I undo my closeout tabs, there's gonna be a lot of tabs reopening. I don't know. Sorry, dude. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do some AI things for these live streams. I mentioned that like earlier in the week, last week, because you know I have this thing right here. You know, when I tell my stuff, and then I'd have this.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
I have this idea, and I talked to one of my editor buddies about it. We're gonna try to figure out how to do this AI stuff. We've done a little of it before, but not actually simulate another person. So the Arnold Schwarzenegger thing is gonna be like, because I remember when I was a kid, and I loved Terminator 2. Arnold Schwarzenegger was going around promoting Terminator 2, going on these late night talk shows and so on. And he would always say something like, and that's why Terminator 2 is the biggest movie of the summer. Or like the best movie of the summer. Like that. So Arnold Schwarzenegger. So I'm going to get Arnold Schwarzenegger to say, and that's why Cold Monkey Mike has the best group on the planet. I'm going to do something like that. I'm going to do something similar with the Trump, with Trump, with the winning thing. Specifically, you know, for these live streams. So hopefully in the next week or so, I want to have that. But we'll see. We'll see what we can do. What's going on? What's going on? Yeah. I am gonna. Oh, look at crypto bubbles. Yeah, I had this open. It's crazy, right? Everything green right now. Hopefully, it just continues. Oh yeah, this is another one. Speaking of all these tabs I got opened up. It's crazy. Like I've had this Andy on BNB, Andy BSC by Smart Chain, and it's another one that it's sort of like disregarded the crash. I don't know. It's been pumping like crazy, this thing. Yeah, I mean, so look at this. Yeah. I'm really, really surprised with the Andy on BNB. And they got 2 centralized exchanges. I mean, there's not much, but it's, but yeah, the market cap was crazy low, so it's degen too, right? Just because of the market cap. But yeah, might be something to consider when it comes to Andy. I've noticed like the Andy's, not only the Andy on ETH, but the Andy on BNB and the Andy on Base seem to be pumping. So people like Andy for some reason. I got a couple more tabs open. What's this? Bitcoin, $100 in Bitcoin versus inflation. Not, let me refresh. Not playing. I don't want to exit. Wow. Maybe I have to skip it. I don't know what the hell's going on. Yeah, let me do it like this. Duplicate. Yeah, okay. Yeah, the value. That's what I keep saying. If you think in terms of Bitcoin for everything, is like the value of everything it costs around you, everything just tends to go down in price. But yeah, this is my, like I'm saying, I got all those benefits in my community, and the price is going up fast. Plus I have a nice getting started course where I just talk about everything that I've done, all the mistakes I've made over the years and stuff like that. So you can access that in my WAP. And so in addition to all the other good things you get out of my community, all the awesome plays that tend to overwhelm everybody with the amount of awesome plays. So I'm going to leave you with that SEO video. It's like 10, 11 minutes long. If anybody wants to stay around and see it, some of those, high effort videos. It takes a lot of, editing and stuff like that. So I'm going to catch you guys later, and cheers. Every business owner wants the same thing, to become a billionaire and win awards for bettering humanity. The next thing they want is to build a digital presence to drive traffic to their sites and to achieve online success. And as we all know, there's this famous quote from Albert Einstein that says, "The best and fastest way to achieve online success is to use search engine optimization," also known as SEO. Man, this guy has a real nice head of hair, doesn't he? However, most people find search engine optimization overwhelming, probably because it sounds like some super complex robot that'll get you trapped in the Matrix or something.
Sound your alarm bell now.
But as a business owner, it might be one of the best ways to give your business the spotlight it deserves. So this makes it a useful tool that every business owner should care about.
There it is. Nice.
Search engine optimization might be a little bit complicated at first, but when broken down into its 4 binding pillars, it provides insights on how to best design your strategy. So in this video, we're going to go through the 4 main pillars of SEO so it can serve as a foundation in your digital marketing decisions and help you create content that ranks pretty high. So what are the pillars of SEO? Well, the first is on-page SEO. On-page search engine optimization helps to make your pages understandable as it deals with the content of the individual pages. It's also known as on-site SEO. It's important because it helps determine the layout of your website. It involves optimizing all your website's content. When it comes to making your pages understandable, content creation is a very important part, as it should contain relevant topics that people will be searching for. And the extent to which web crawlers read your website will determine how high your site ranks on the search engine result pages. Web crawlers sound pretty cool and almost sci-fi. Well, to be honest, they are. They're search engine bots, and they crawl all over pages that they find on the internet. And then they check the content to see what it's all about. If they understand what your page is all about, then you increase your chances of appearing in a search engine result page as relevant. So if you sell toothpaste, but you talk about how much you hate clowns all over your site, then the search engines might think you run a blog about clowns, and your seasonal winter mint tube might show up in some poor clown lover's Google search. So the more relevant information provided in your pages, and the more organized it is and easy to read. However, there's some factors to consider when optimizing your pages. First, there's page titles and title tags. Page titles present opportunities for business owners to use their keywords, which helps to make their site stand out from other sites that do what they do. Also, the page title should have up to 70 characters that include your main keywords. The page title is very important because if it doesn't correspond with your content, the algorithm itself might display a different title that might be displayed on the results page. For example, your page about the importance of flossing might appear under the title All About Clown. Next is keyword optimization. Keywords are a ranking factor that will determine your visibility among customers. They allow you to better match your content to what users are looking for. The main keywords that a page targets should be in the headline, the subheadings, the meta description, and the URL. And it should be distributed throughout the text of the content body too. However, keywords should not be overused, as it might make your content sound unnatural. I mean, who would want to read a website that said, "We as sponges or us understand that sponges are important in your life. We sponge you for sponging us. Sponge, sponge, and sponge. Sponge is a good sponge." Not only will you sound insane, but you might attract a Google penalty. Moreover, keywords can be interchanged with synonyms and variations, which would help the bots know that you're exploring different aspects of the topic and providing comprehensive, authoritative information. When you use authoritative content and relative keywords placed strategically, it'll help your content rank well within the search results. Oh, by the way, I just got this thing right here. Here, take a look. Isn't this awesome? Now when it comes to the second pillar of SEO, the next one is off-site SEO. Off-site SEO or off-page SEO are the outside factors that affect your presence on the search engine result page. It involves anything you do outside of your website that'll affect your ranking on the result pages. Well, except maybe sign spinning. Only the gods have answers to that. Interestingly, some experts consider off-page SEO to be of more value than on-page SEO.
Look at Randy Orton slithering.
Watch out, watch out, watch out! Oh my God!
It's the internet's equivalent to a coffee shop agreeing to put your flyers out. Only this way they don't end up being used as a napkin. It simply means that the more your site is promoted by other sites within your niche, the higher your content will rank within search engines. These backlinks act as a vote for your content from other higher quality websites within your niche, and Google sees those backlinks as the highest form of a recommendation. It's simple. The more backlinks your site has, the higher its authority becomes. However, a page could have a lot of backlinks coming from unpopular and on low-quality websites, that it may not make a difference. This is why the experts advise that the quality and relevance of the links is what matters. Business owners, when building backlinks, should go for higher authority websites that offer quality and contribute to your page's presence and not just quantity. No one trusts the guy down the street who promoted a dog walker who's known for losing dogs and the barber who burned your friend's hair off. Quality over quantity. Another factor to consider in off-page SEO is social media. It's important to build profiles on all social media platforms so they can increase your credibility. Maintaining a strong social media presence and sharing your posts on a social media platform helps to link back to your website and web pages. It may also have some impact on the signals that reach search engines. And although social media links are not really seen as backlinks, they can help drive valuable traffic to your website. Building your social media profiles is important because search engines use profiles from third-party platforms as proof that your website exists. Now the third pillar is technical SEO, a personal favorite of mine. Because it has the word technical in it, many site owners are intimidated by the aspects of technical SEO. But I promise it's not that scary. It's not like the boogeyman, who is 100% real, and it's totally normal for a grown man to be scared of. Technical SEO simply cannot be avoided because it makes it easier for search engine bots to discover and index your pages. It ensures that your website is accessible and readable by crawlers. This means that site owners should ensure that it has a logical architecture that makes it easy to navigate for both users and web crawlers. Under technical SEO, there are several factors to consider. Since most of the content today is viewable on mobile devices, search engines work to provide users with pages that work on all screens of all shapes and sizes. And that's why Google uses its mobile-first index. The system allows websites that are made for desktop only to remain in the index. However, because it's desktop only, those websites are unlikely to appear on a mobile device. And this situation can negatively affect the website's ranking. Have you ever tried to open a site on your phone and it looked like your browser was having a stroke? So that was this happened. Thankfully, there's different methods to consider when making your website mobile friendly, and you can choose a method that fits your needs. And speaking of being friendly, did you know that the most friendliest thing that you can do today is to give that like button a pound? Seriously, I'm looking for some new friends, and if you want to be my friend, just hit that like button. I'm like the friendliest guy on the planet. Trust me. And by the way, if you don't like this video, give me a thumbs down so I can track you down and beat you senseless. And then we have website speed. With everything in the world going so fast and becoming instant, the site speed or the page speed are categories that Google considers when ranking pages through its algorithm. This means that search engines promote websites that are quick and easy to access. Today, online users have little patience for slow-moving websites and tend to move on to the next link on the results page if your page takes too long to open. Interestingly, it's been discovered that users typically wait no longer than 2 seconds for the page to load. And if it doesn't, they're likely to abandon the page. If site owners want to ensure that their pages have fast load time, they can use Google Page Speed Insights. This Google tool tells site owners how to cut down on load time, which would help optimize page speed and reduce the number of people that leave your website because it's too slow. And then we have website structure. Website structure refers to the logical organization of pages on your website. It includes the home page, top-level pages, sub-pages, and more. However, with different types of structures available, it's better to use an easy-to-understand structure as it'll help the search engines find their way around your website. You don't want your users running into walls constantly. Technical SEO helps to ensure that complex website structures are avoided because it can confuse both the user and the bot, and it'll make it difficult for your content to be ranked well. And now we have the fourth pillar, local SEO. Local SEO is a strategy to help your business become more visible if it has a physical location. It helps to improve your site's visibility in location-based search results. Local SEO can help your business if you offer services in a specific geographic location. Fortunately, Google offers software that specifically addresses your location by helping you manage your business within your local market. Google's My Business is software that allows you to control how your business is showcased. It helps people in your area find your business when they search for services related to your business. That way, you don't have to be in a long-distance relationship with all your customers. Not like your Canadian girlfriend who's totally real and not made up, who you've never met or had a Zoom conference with or speak to on the phone.
Bruh.
With this software, site owners can include their opening and closing hours and add their contact information and photos of the store along with top-rated reviews. Reviews are important tools in local SEO, as a high volume of good reviews will prove to Google that your business has authority, and then they'll rank it well. Search engine optimization is not just a fancy term that experts use to describe digital marketing. Many businesses have used it to boost their pages and drive traffic to their sites. So let's take a look at a few SEO success stories.
life could be a dream if I could take you up and down.
GadgetFlow is a product discovery platform that keeps users informed about the latest tech and gears in the market. They also contribute to crowdfunding campaigns. When the platform started, it enjoyed online dominance as it had little to no competition. But when the internet grew, the web became filled with more information, like so much information. Oh wow, so Keanu Reeves is ambidextrous, just like me. This was when they realized they needed to increase their organic traffic so they can boost their visibility on search engines. They need an SEO strategy to achieve their goals, and so they focus on-page SEO and built their content relevancy. GadgetFlow wanted to give readers the most relevant and high-quality content on every level and topic so they could become the most trusted resource that customers look for. GadgetFlow used an SEO tool called WordNet to devise a knowledge graph and guide a site-wide content model, which helped to improve its overall SEO. This strategy also helped to deliver structured data that added to the content by including reviews, products, videos, and blog posts. With a focus on relevant content, GadgetFlow was able to grow their organic traffic, which of course is better than genetically modified traffic, of course. They saw 185% growth for clicks on video content and 198% growth on news articles within 3 months. The next one is Aptega. Aptega is a compliance and security platform. Their platform already had an existing WordPress site, but they soon realized it won't be enough to help them reach their goals. Hey WordPress, can you come over here, sit down for a moment? Sure, what's up? We've been together for so long, but we've just grown apart. They knew they needed an optimized website that could generate leads. After switching to HubSpot's SEO tool, the platform experienced immediate success, as it saw its core pages move from a 100+ ranking on Google to number 3 within 2 weeks. The platform utilized on-page SEO recommendations that directed users to pages that needed attention and other additional ways to optimize content. More and more businesses and site owners have success stories like this because of the foundational pillars of SEO. Search engine optimization is important for any business that wants to establish an online presence. If you're looking to start a business and you want to enjoy a robust online presence, then a strong SEO strategy will help you be discovered by the right people. Thankfully, we're the drivers of our own destiny. If we want to be successful, we need to start by making the right choices for our businesses. And search engine optimization is one of those right choices. If you like this video, then you're going to want to take a look at this playlist right here on SEO and internet marketing.